undergoing this massive transformation.
In the UK, in the past 100 years, the population has grown by over 20 million people.
It's about 65 million, and that's a problem because we're already one of the most densely populated countries in Europe.
This is a concern to many in our society.
My head worries about rapid demographic growth in certain parts of the world where, unless technology catches up and is invested in particular countries, we will see the potential for catastrophe.
But what does it actually mean? Depending on who you speak to, there are different fates awaiting us. To some, we'll soon drastically and dramatically run out of resources. To others, though, this is all just an exaggeration, something we don't necessarily need to even worry about. But who's right? What are the consequences of our growing population, and is it necessarily a bad thing? Let's find out. A UN report released in July of this year predicts us reaching 9.7 billion people in 2050 and 11 billion by the end of the century.
More people in the world means more people here in the UK, and it's already happening. Figures released in June of 2015 put the population increase at nearly 500,000, bringing us close to 65 million.
So over the last decade, the UK population has been growing by around 0.7% per annum.
Our population is kind of similar to France's population, but of course France is twice as big.
We're almost growing as fast as the rest of Europe put together. It's that sort of difference.
So, why are we growing? One reason is birth rate. We have a reasonably high birth rate compared to other big European countries, about 12.8 per thousand people, compared to France's 12.6 and Germany's 8.7. This is still nothing, though, compared to countries like Niger with 49.8 or Mali with 47.4. Some, like Simon Ross from Population Matters, believe we should be having smaller families.
We've got a high birth rate. If you don't have kids, that's fine, number one, let's all say that. And if you do want kids, just have one or two.
Another reason, though, is one you've probably heard about: immigration.
Over the last decade, around 50% of the growth of the population has been due to natural increase, and around 50% of the growth of the population has been due to net migration.
Migration is a political hotcake.
Talk today about control, taking back control of our borders.
Look, of course, I want to get net migration back to the tens of thousands, which it was in the 1990s. This is not some outlandish, unachievable pledge.
For years, the UK was a net exporter of people, meaning that for quite some time, more people were leaving this country than actually coming in. Over the last 20 years, though, that's changed. Of the nearly 500,000 increase in population last year, it's estimated 259,000 of that was due to net migration.
I don't think we should look at all migrants under the same lens. So those people in Calais are a different set of migrants to the migrants that have been coming into the UK over the last 100 years.
We have to say to ourselves, actually, why do we need to import all these workers to do our jobs? All these people that say, oh, the NHS depends on foreign workers. Oh, we need foreign workers because they've got the skills. Why haven't we got the skills in the UK?
One of the dangers of engaging in this debate is you can immediately be drawn down into a path of migrants are bad or